Like, y'all keep trying to push a narrative like me taking him to the emergency room is going to be this end-all cure, and it's not. It's not how mental health works, unfortunately. Dark reality of it all is mental health is very much so underserviced and underserved. It is. There is not enough providers. There are not enough appointments. There are not enough opportunities for specifically the autistic community at all. Like, the waiting rooms does not make sense for an autistic individual. The wait time does not make sense for an autistic individual. Hey y'all, so it is 12:15 in the morning. Just got home. Maybe I got home about 30 minutes ago. Took a shower. I am about to finish oiling down or moisturizing my body. I think I'm going to put some castor oil in my hair and just take it down. It was a long day, y'all. I had a good time at Phoebe's. It was a good ending of my night. I had a long day, y'all. A long day. I am mentally drained. And I know tomorrow could possibly be challenging as well. I'm just going to pray on it and proceed. I was told to pray and proceed, so that is what I will do. But I definitely wanted to check in with you guys just to close out the day. I think that this is going to be a multi-day vlog. I'll record tomorrow and then just... You okay? Hello, son.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What do you need?
A hat.
Huh?
Looking for my hat.
Would your hat be in here?
Mm-hmm.
Your hair looks good though. So yeah, I was told to pray and proceed. That's what I'm going to do. That is really one of the best pieces of advice that I have gotten. I mean, I pray all the time, all throughout the days and all throughout my day and all of the things, but for it to be put in that perspective is just, it's fitting. It's fitting for sure. So yeah, took my shower. I am feeling minty. I used Dr. Bronner's magic soap for the body. And then I use a Macure Special. You see he took the wrapping off, but I used the Dove antibacterial soap for my intimate parts. I don't usually use the antibacterial soap, just here and there. But I did use that for my intimate parts and for my face. Then I used my Clinique No. 2 toner with my little exfoliating little circle pad thing, cotton pad. And then I used my vitamin E oil, which I've been using for at least 15 years. And yeah, I'm going to continue to moisturize my body with this Pura D'Or organic sunflower oil. I think, but the girls' nails be all done and everything, y'all. It'd be so cute. The sunflower oil, or I'll go in with my 100% almond oil. I use either of these. Yeah, I use either of these, and then sometimes I'll do a combination with some form of lotion. Tonight is this, or could be this, or not. And that's pretty much it. And then with my feet, I do another Macure Special, but we all know that this is Vaseline. I'll do Vaseline and then a combination of one of the oils. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go in and oil my hairline with the castor oil. My hair has actually been a little flaky at the front, and which is not like what be happening. I don't know. It's a little new. But, yeah, just oil my hair and take it down. Hopefully I get a good night's sleep tonight. We'll see. We'll see, y'all. It's just another day in the paint. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to finish watching Sharika's vlog, and then I'm going to watch Poe's vlog. And I'll probably be asleep after that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember yesterday when I told you guys that we were going to take Meg for a walk-in at an urgent care facility? Girl, none of that worked. None of that worked. We went there, 8 o'clock. A staff member from Meg's school came to support us. The lady was unlocking the door, and I walked right in. After that, the lady told me that they could not do a psychiatric evaluation on a nonverbal individual. I called the school, let them know that they were furious, to say the least, saying that that's not true. They were trying to coordinate with the district. Then they were trying to scramble to find another, walk-in opportunity for Makir. We went to another facility, maybe about 20 minutes from our home. They told us that they only service individuals that were in recovery, but they did provide me a contact number for the entity of their facility that actually deals with mental health, but you would have to have an appointment. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I felt like we put our best foot forward, so, que sera, sera. Called that place. The lady was very nice. Basically scheduled Makir for an appointment for next Wednesday for an intake. I was just like, oh, thank you, God, let the team know, the whole 9 yards. Then I guess one of her superiors called me and told me that Makir would need a physical and a psychiatric evaluation before they could see him. Plus, there's a huge barrier because he's nonverbal. So basically, they scrapped that appointment. Then the social worker from his school kept trying to communicate. At that point, I was over the shit. So I have to catch y'all up on when I'm extremely anxious and I have things like this weighing on my mind. I don't sleep. So I didn't sleep a wink yesterday. I didn't sleep at all last night. Like none. Not one bit. Baby, I seen every minute and every second of the hour on the hour. Okay? Because for me, I was just very, it was just high anxiety because Makir struggles in these types of situations. Right? So I didn't get any sleep, whatever. Got up, made them breakfast. Makir woke up in a great mood. He slept all night. That was great. Took a shower. He ate. Great mood. And then all of these things transpired. So now, once they canceled the appointment, I was pretty much over the shit at that point. I was over the shit for the day. I'm like, you know what? Let me just take a step back, lay down. Y'all, it is 70. My car is reading 75 outside. But I don't do the pollution, so I don't be cracking my windows. And I don't do no whole fishbowl situation with driving. Okay? I don't like nobody up in my grill. So we're going to go ahead on and put this ear on. So of course I'm trying to fall asleep. The social worker from his school is calling. Very nice. I will say I definitely feel super supported by his school. Now they're pushing me, trying to encourage me to take Makir to a crisis center. And I'm like, Makir is not in crisis right now. Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to take him to an emergency room with an exorbitant wait time, with very small treatment rooms, for a psychiatrist to do an evaluation and then give me the same list of providers that have an extreme wait time. They're not going to give Makir medications from the ED. They're not going to do that. Never will they do that. They're not going to do that. So, like, why would I expose him to this trauma of being in a waiting room for hours on end. Why would I expose my kids to that? It doesn't make sense. I've worked in hospitals for over 25 years. I know how this goes. I work in the emergency room. Okay? So it's just like, no. For a nonverbal individual like Makir, I'm still the historian. So why isn't it that my provider or his pediatrician can't push the bar within the entity that Makir is seen in to be seen by a psychiatrist, to have a I forgot the name, but to have like a collective, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the screen, y'all, because I'm a little worked up. But like to have a collective team approach to getting care for Meg. Like, I just don't understand now. His pediatrician or their pediatrician has been their pediatrician since birth. And she was very transparent. And I respect transparency. And I respect, you know, people setting boundaries, because I have very firm boundaries as well. But she's like, Nicole, I can prescribe medication to help Makir sleep, something slight, but I do not feel comfortable with prescribing him with an psychotropic medication, and I'm not a psychiatrist. I understand that. My issue is with the barrier of treatment. There can be a consultation with psychiatrists. Like, we can't have collaborative care. When it comes to my son, I have a problem with it. I have a huge problem with this system not working for individuals that need help. Like individuals with intellectual disabilities, autism, neurodiversity, mental health issues, drug abuse, or drug abuse, okay? It was drug abuse when I was a kid with the crack rock and all that. They just cleaned it up and made it a drug, whatever they, please don't get me worked up, okay? Substance disorder. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's a very much so underserved population, and it's extremely frustrating for me. So I had to unplug. I had to save myself. I had to unplug. I had to save myself and my mental health, because I started to become frustrated. So the social worker called. She kept texting. So eventually I was just like, you know what, Nikki, fuck it at this point. I called his insurance company, because Makir has Medicaid as well as a private insurance. So I called the insurance company. I told them what was what. They told me that they was going to push his case to a care manager. I called multiple facilities that they gave me a list to call. None of them was jiggy with treating an individual that was nonverbal. They said that they did not have clinicians that could support that need. Okay. Then there was that. So I called the list. It was one. Y'all, I'm so fucking worked up. It was one provider left. Called them. The lady answered. I'm like, you know, I'm interested in getting a psychological evaluation and possibly medication management therapy for my 20-year-old nonverbal autistic son. The lady said, when do you want to come in? I said, now. She said, okay, come in now. I jumped out of bed. I told Meg to put his shoes on. Pop was taking a nap. I dragged him off the couch. I said, we got to go now. This facility was 12 minutes from my home. A storefront in the hood. Very much so hood. Storefront in the hood. We walked in. Makir indicated that he needed to use the bathroom. The lady took him to the bathroom. She was so nice. And so I told her from the rip, I said, ma'am, you are my guardian. You are my angel today. You are my angel today. She said, baby, we gonna get him some treatment, okay? I said, okay. Took us immediately to the therapist who did an intake. And Makir has an appointment next week. No, in 2 weeks, April the 2nd, to see a psychiatrist. And the whole time the therapist said, because initially the therapist was like, because it was a small room, the man had the heat on. So it was a little taxing up in there, but I'm not complaining about nothing. But I know that Makir does not do well being overheated. So the whole time the man is saying, as soon as we are able to get your son some medication, he will be a lot calmer. So I'm giving him the history. He gave me a booklet, y'all. It had to be about 40 pages to sign off on, give consent on, all the things while he's asking me questions. He actually gave me permission to allow Makir to go into the... He gave me permission to allow Makir to go in the car with Pop because, it was a very, very, very small office. But Mac... baby, Mac was like, oh, so y'all talking about me? Y'all not gonna excuse me. He sat there, folded his arms, and just sat there. Not doing too much, y'all, so we continue on. So it took about an hour and a half, mind you. I had a 2 o'clock appointment for my physical therapy. So now I'm against the clock. The man is doing his thing. He's asking me questions. We getting through it. Now it's time to leave. Makir don't want to leave. Makir actually wants to jack the man for his phone. Not a cell phone, y'all, but like the pickup dial, the push the button phone. So now it's a whole thing. So now Mac don't want to leave. I had to ask the man to take his computer off the desk. I had to hide the man's phone. I had to go through the clinic and shut doors, put phones underneath the desk, the whole 9 yards, because right now, he is very much so fixated on phones. Anyway, long story short, thank God Pop was there with me. I was able to get an appointment for 2 weeks from now. The Makir and pee all up on the front of their damn storefront. Talking about he got to pee now. He want to have these exasperated behaviors, but we were able to get him out, and I thank God. And I asked my husband to make dua for me because I know how oppositional and aggressive my child can be. Okay, to me, Makir is my child. To other people, he is a 20-year-old, 300-pound black man. Okay, and I am very much so aware of that. I'm just grateful for this clinic. And I gotta keep it funky, y'all. This would not have been my first choice. No. This would not have been my first choice. Why? Because it's a storefront in the hood. No. I'm going to go somewhere in a hospital or in like a medical complex or something like that to get care for my child. And yet, when I called, this lady picked up the phone and said, when can you come in and come now? So we are blessed.
Gotta keep going, 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 gotta keep going. If there's one thing that I learned while in those county lines, it's that everything takes time. You have gotta lose your pride.